Anyone ever seen Superman put on his cape?
Hello and welcome. We're on our way upstairs. We are at 200 North Davie Street in the Greensboro Community Television studio. We're on our way upstairs to the second floor to meet Arts Greensboro.
Arts Across Guilford.
Excuse me, Arts Across Guilford. They have combined this guide to help
Wait a minute, that doubles as a backyard
barbecue and a tire tool.
Hey.
We're going to find out more about this, all the organizations that they encompass, that they umbrella. So let's go meet the crowd, shall we?
Let's go take a look.
Let's go take a look.
The camera never blinks.
Sanji's supposed to be helping with this.
Well, you shouldn't have called her Goop, though.
I know. I didn't say nothing. Now take a look.
Yeah.
Come here. This place has a little bit of everything. Dance, art, theater. It's lovely. We got Greensboro Ballet. We got dance right across the hall from Greensboro Ballet. It's the Dance Project. We got arts. We got theater. We have singing lessons, acting lessons, dancing lessons.
Acting?
I mean, we're going to make them a big star. Right here we have Green Hill Center for North Carolina Art.
Oh, that looks a lot like ArtQuest.
ArtQuest.
Okay.
Look at this. I feel like we were just in here. African American Atelier. We got everything. Now this is the big deal right here.
Is this the big Ryan?
This is the big Ryan deal. All right.
I like a place that has both steps and a ramp.
And we got a red carpet, well, a maroon carpet. I don't know.
I don't know, they got the red carpet rolled out for us.
Should I hit the bell? I think I should hit the bell.
Oh, hit the bell.
We should hit the bell.
Archie Bell and the drill. Look down that hallway, see who comes out.
Are you rolling?
It's rolling.
Oh, it is rolling. Oh, we are rolling.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're rolling? I don't see the red light. Okay, well, anyway, so we're up here. Second floor, as I said, 200 North Davie Street. I have right next to me Shantae Rankin. Shantae, tell me about your position here at, it's not Arts Greensboro. What is it called again? Remind me of the name.
We are the Arts Council of Greater Greensboro.
The Arts Council of Greater Greensboro. You're going to have to forgive me. I have a bad memory, you know.
That's okay. we have a fun little, we call it the swear jar. If anyone says our old name, they owe the swear jar. Oh. It's how we're training ourselves to get away from it as well.
Now, where does that money go? Is it at the end of the swear jar?
Right back into the company. It's our contribution.
Okay.
We give $1 for every swear.
Okay. Tell me about your position here.
So I am the Director of Finance, Operations, and Shared Services. We here in the office have a nickname for me, and they call me the Wizard. So that means I keep the wheels on the bus, I keep us rolling, and I take care of all the check writing and the bill paying and the keep everything rolling.
You know, when I walked in here, I got that very Hogwarts feel, so that must have been what that was.
A little bit of a Harry Potter.
We had this discussion yesterday before we came on. Tell me about where you're from.
Right here in Greensboro, born and raised. I've been here all my life. I went to Northeast High School. I went to A&T for college, Aggie Pride, and I settled right here at Arts Greensboro.
That's cool. So tell me about what was the crux of the renaming and of Arts Across Guilford?
Well, it's been, since COVID, it's been long and revolutionary, I'll say, 3 years, we have done a lot of communicating and listening with the local arts organizations and the artists that we support. And we recognize that the old model, the way that we used to do things, just wasn't working. And we had to make some pretty radical changes internally. And that brought about a lot of listening sessions, a lot of check-in calls, a lot of just communicating and talking and listening with the folks who we're here to support. And what we learned is that we needed to make some radical changes in our models of how we fund, how we operate, how we support. And with the support of the Guilford County Commissioners and the ARPA funding, the American Rescue Plan Act dollars, we are able to make a really deliberate, really long-term, really strong investment in our local arts community. And we think that that's going to have a great impact on our local economy, on our local schools, on our local health impacts. The arts, we know, the research is proven and the data is there to prove that the arts have a great impact on everyone they touch. And so our job is to enrich our community through the arts.
You know, the local theater groups, Green Hill Center for North Carolina Art, CVA across the hall. Can you tell me about how that business model kind of breaks down? Where do the local artists see that funding that comes through?
Absolutely. So the Arts Council back in 1960 started as a member organization, and it was created to support 7 flagship organizations. And over the last 63 years, that model has changed a few times. And over the last 3 years, we've realized that there are over 95 arts organizations, large and small, throughout Guilford County. And we want to be the undercarriage that supports every single one of them. There are over 300 local artists that we touch on a regular basis that are in contact with us. And we want to keep expanding those numbers. We want to touch more and more of our arts community. And we want to make sure that they feel supported and that they have the infrastructure that they need to be healthy and sustainable small businesses. We believe that our artists are a huge part of our local community and our local economy, and they are small business owners, and we want them to feel like they have the tools to run their businesses effectively.
Right, when you come through downtown or anything like that, you can just, it breathes the arts. You could see it, you know, the artistry as you walk down Elm Street and stuff like that. So yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add? I could see that this was, all those organizations, this was sort of an expansion of where that started in the 60s, and now this is how far we've come. And if you read through this, I mean, my gosh, a lot of them we've had on before. You know, CVA and Guilford and Shared Radiance Theater was in there. I mean, this was, I'm seeing this as the expansion of what you're doing here.
Shante,
Absolutely.
how many new organizations did you add?
Oh, that's a tough question. You know, our radius has sort of grown gradually over the last few years. You know, we've gone from, on average, we'd support between 20 and 30 organizations a year when I started here in 2019. And then since then, that has just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And over the last year, we've made contact with probably 50 or 60 organizations that we had never really had significant impact in, and we want to continue to grow that number.
That's about all I have. Is there anything else you want to add that we have not asked you?
You know, I'll say it's interesting that you mentioned Shared Radiance and CVA. Those two are actually a part of our Shared Services program, which is another program that we implemented during COVID. And it's a program that centers around back office support, bookkeeping, human resources management, and financial management. And those organizations who don't have a full-time bookkeeper or an HR person are able to use our staff to support them in those operations, those back office functions and operations. And Shared Radiance and CVA both happen to be clients of Shared Services.
You heard it from the wizard herself.
Believe me, when she talks, people listen. It's okay.
We're doing a little reorganizing.
It's okay. Hey, I see the red light's on, so we're cooking with gas.
Okay.
So, first of all, where are you from originally, and how did you end up here at the what is now known as the Arts Across the Ocean, or Arts Across America?
Across the world.
Yeah, we are the world. Okay, so can you answer that for me?
I'm originally from Mebane, North Carolina. I attended college at High Point University. I went there for undergrad and I got my master's there. And so I've kind of just been in Guilford County for about 5-ish years. And so I played in the band, so I've played an instrument my whole life. So
What do you play?
I play the saxophone.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of really just was like a mix of me wanting to do marketing is also serving the arts. So when I found Arts Greensboro at the time, now the Arts Council, I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I've been here about a year.
How lucky. You know, everyone I have spoken with speaks so highly of you. So, you know, you must really have set the woods on fire when you got here.
I tried to. I tried.
Well, what has been the most challenging for you, you know, and this relatively is a short period of time. What's been the most challenging thing for you to do?
I guess as the marketing person, familiarizing myself with everything in the arts in Guilford County. Finding the organizations, finding the artists, getting to know and just keeping up with them. I think personally that was my biggest challenge. Like, oh, this person's emailing me, but I don't remember what organization they're from. It's like, I should know this. They know me. So that I think was my biggest challenge. So then when I started working on projects, it kind of helped me like, okay, this person is from here. They do this. This is a dance organization. This is a theater. This is, so like just building those relationships with people. I think that was just the biggest like hurdle to get over.
And so how does the new structure affect what you've been doing?
Yeah, so with the new brand, as the Arts Council of Greater Greensboro, we've been able to kind of really show the community what we've been doing kind of silently even before I got here. And so they know who we fund, how we fund them, what programs we fund, all those things. And so then with the two projects that I started, like the directory and the community calendar, just kind of picking those up where they kind of were left off and kind of getting them to like the finish line, you kind of see everything in one booklet on one website. You can see the organizations. You can see, okay, yeah, you sent your check to the Arts Council. We said we funded this organization, and now you see their events are on the calendar. So you see that we're keeping them alive even after the pandemic.
You know, I think the one, first of all, having a building like this that contains all the, not all, but a lot of the major arts organizations, we're very fortunate here. The big event that happened, night before last, out at the Corey Convention Center, who were the sponsors of the kickoff, and what was the big catalyst for the coming out party?
Yeah, so we initially were thinking, we wanted to keep it a surprise, but it's like we need to get people there and we need to get people energized about the arts. And because of the pandemic, it's been a lot of Zoom meetings. It's been a lot of emails and Zoom. And it's like, we've never had all these people in the same room together. So we were like, we're going to call all our artists. We're going to call all of our arts organizations, our community members, local politicians. It's like, come and network and mingle with each other. Like, you might be an independent dancer, but did you know you could dance with this organization, or just different things? So that's where we kind of started. We do these things virtually, but it's like there's something about just being face to face, and so getting people there. And so then once we made this announcement, it's like, hey, we're here to serve you, and it's like these are the things that we want you to grow. So not only are we using this event for you to network, we want to take this back to the office on Wednesday, the next day, and this is how it's impacting our grants, and this is how it's impacting the work that we're doing to help grow the arts.
Excellent. The event was just over the top wonderful, and you could tell there was a lot of hard work that had gone into it. And of course, the food stations, I have to just tell you, made so much conversation because, you know, it's rare that folks in the arts community are able to attend something that is so centered on them. And I can honestly say if I had been an artist at the event, I would have felt valued. And I think that's the most important thing as a takeaway from just me. But what groups came together to help underwrite the big event? Sponsors. Yeah, I was just thinking, you can't put on an event like that and it be just organic. It wasn't a potluck dinner, let's put it that way.
So we did a lot of planning, like the logistics of the event. We worked with a lot of local organizations that kind of helped us put the new brand together and kind of help us put together this new model. So like Marketing Resource Solutions in Jamestown, Tiger Moth Creative right there on Elm Street, the Buzz Effect in High Point. We had all these different organizations kind of help us put all these pieces together so that when we did get there on Tuesday, we did have this complete product to show people and give it to them.
It was very impressive, folks, and I'm glad we got to sit down here with Jordan. And, of course, having already talked to the wizard, we're cooking with gas. We're going to go to the left first, and then we'll head to Dina.
Elise ran to the ladies' room. She'll be back, and Joy's on her way back too. So you can have the whole staff if you want.
Okay, so
Steps the next door.
next door down.
We got the full tour today.
Man, we are. Okay, cut me on.
Where you're on.
Hey, we're here. We are just blown away by everything we found, and I just want to say it is so nice to be in the same building with you guys.
Nice to be in this building with all of this creativity happening.
Now, what brought you to this organization, and how many years ago, and different roles I'm sure you've played?
I am relatively new to this organization. I have been here for 2 years as I came in as a part-time person right after COVID. And I have a long history with the Center for Visual Artists, working on boards and helping them try to progress over the years because I really believe in community art. And I just really love what that stands for, that we're able to support emerging artists, we're able to help artists grow in their careers, we're able to inspire young artists, and then, help inspire older people as well that just want to take some classes through CVA. And so this organization, for the past year, has been re-identifying who they are, kind of going back to our roots, understanding that we're here to support this community. So the Arts Council of Greater Greensboro is exciting because we've got a newfound direction.
And the branding, it's going to be fun, I can tell. And I can tell by the energy that we've already felt coming through here. So what would you say is the biggest difference in, if we looked had a page that melded into a new page, the difference in the old organization and the new one that was born this week?
Well, we've been birthing it for 2 years. We've taken a look at our grant programs that we offer, and I'm now the grant coordinator here, so I help facilitate those programs. We look at how those grant programs really help identify who the money is going to. So we do the Artist Support Grant, and that has become a professional development grant. We will be building a professional development website to help individual artists find their next place as they grow. And then we can have funding for that process to happen. The Community Elevation Grant that we offer is a grant where we allow citizens that are working within our community, like photographers or hairdressers, build a program that gives back to the community they work in, which is really, really exciting. And that program was launched this past year. And then we have grassroots programs where we really try to encourage equity, inclusion, making sure that the programming is being offered is culturally diverse. And then we have the ARPA Sustainability Program, which we were fortunate enough to get the money for that to be able to offer to help really strengthen and grow the sustainability of the organizations by offering them money to help them understand where they are today, looking at how they're benefiting the community and where their strengths and weaknesses are. And then we're going to start working on all of their strengths and weaknesses and really outlining a path for everybody to be successful in.
This is amazing. It's like a beehive up here. You know, it's like every bee has a purpose and every bee flies in and out of the hive. And, you know, I guess the one thing that's very noticeable to us is the energy that comes out of here. And we're just, again, glad to have you up here above us, and glad that we could come up here today and maybe get some more understanding of the new organization.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. And we're going to head on down the hall. Yeah, we're going.
Wait, look at this little guy right here.
All right. At our Arts Across Guilford the other night, we did an interesting thing and had some of our artist support grantees, and organizations who work with artists do the centerpieces. So that piece right there was done by Kevin Vanek, who was an artist support grantee of 2023 this past year. And he is also a professor at UNCG. He also works with Project Space here in Greensboro. Amazing artist, and I'm thinking about buying that.
So it's on loan here from the Guggenheim, huh?
No, it is on loan from Kevin Vanek with a few other pieces he hasn't picked up.
That is an amazing piece, though. Glad you spotted that.
It's on hold.
It's on hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might put in an upset bid on that.
It's an art showcase.
Yeah.
The title is Give Me Pizza or Give Me Death.
Wow, I like that because I do believe the hand maybe met death. But the pizza still looks good. Well, we're heading on down the road here. Where are we going? You know, we've got the wizard out here, so.
We may be able to get you a 2-for-1 down here.
Oh, hot dog. She didn't tell me she was wearing red today.
Oh, yeah.
Even I can read your mind. You've been here since what, about February?
You're right, yeah.
Okay, okay. And what can you tell us about your role here and what you've witnessed so far in that short time?
Oh, yeah. So basically, in my position, I am the liaison between our organization and the wonderful artists of Greater Greensboro, and also the liaison between our organization and the greater Greensboro community at large. And so far, I feel like, I mean, I'm born and raised here in Greensboro. In this position, I've seen so many artists be really blessed by the different grants that we offer and provide here. Just at the launch event a couple of days ago, I saw, I mean, it was filled with 300, 400 people, many of which were, it was packed of artists that were just, filled with, positivity and promise and, just visionaries. I mean, some of the best, I would say, argue in the country in terms of visual artists, dancers, musicians, graphic artists.
Now, what background do you come from?
Well, professionally, I come from academia. I used to teach at A&T, but I mean, my heart is in music. I do make music myself.
Good. What do you play?
Well, I sing, yes, and I rap, yeah. But I play the saxophone, but it's more of, I'm a hip hop soul artist.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so.
Wow, we may have to come back for another one on this.
Maybe another, little vignette special.
Yeah, we love music too. I mean, whenever we get, but most of the time we end up with banjo pickers and guitar strummers. But we would love to have you.
Okay, just let me know. I'm just a phone call or email away.
Yeah. So, what actually influenced you to come here?
Well, really, I was looking to switch into a career that was just more in alignment with my spirit as a human being. Education is amazing. I had actually taken a high school position, teaching position, and in that position, I realized that I needed something again that was more in alignment with my spirit. I have so much more respect and admiration for K through 12.
Is it true you actually taught behind chicken wire in the high school? I'm just joking.
Who told you that? Yeah, no. That's not true.
No.
But yeah, I just think it was just time for a career switch and a career change, and there was a opportunity available, and I'm like, I'm from Greensboro, I'm an artist, and the vibe here, the people who work here are just
Tremendous.
spectacular people. It's like we're our own family, and it's just it's really wonderful.
Well, I will tell you from just the outside looking in, this is an organization that has a heart and a soul, and
100%.
and that is just not something you see for the most part outside the arts community. So you landed in a good spot.
I feel just super lucky, super blessed. Between just everyone from Laura to Shantae, Jordan, Dina, Elise, Deb, everybody really here is just really great at what they do, and everyone's work ethic and passion is rubbing off on me. So
I can't wait to hear you sing. I really can. You are just, I can see why you were hired here. That's for sure.
well, thank you.
So thank you. We're going to move down to the next place.
All
Can
right.
you tell us about this wall?
Yeah.
I love this
I think
wall.
I know Shantae. Shantae, you're.
Shantae, we need you. Here comes the wizard.
Yeah, let us know. What is your show called?
Tell us about the wall.
The wall. So this wall used to be purple. All the way down. And in 2019, we commissioned a local artist, Ramon Bardwaj, and he created this amazing landscape of all these different cultures, and we like to just change out the pictures occasionally based on events that we attend or pictures that come from our grantees, and it just helps keep us sort of grounded in why we do what we do.
It's beautiful, but let me ask you this: when you brought up something here that so these pictures here can be changed out,
Absolutely.
and so that part of the wall changes on a regular basis.
Yes. Yep.
We apologize for
So we got Dina. Yeah. Actually, we say we apologize. We don't really.
I was just
We're just being nice,
Thank you for being nice.
Yeah, sorry. So Dina, talk to us.
Yes.
Tell us about you and how you got here.
That is a long, windy road. So
The long and winding road. Okay, that leads to her door. Here we go.
what he said.
Talk to us.
So it is. So I'm originally from Boston. I've lived in North Carolina for the last 12 years.
You had to get that small town chip off your shoulder, didn't you? Coming down here.
I did not. But I did have to slow down.
Oh, yeah.
I did have to learn how to slow down. And now I love the pace.
You actually speak Southernese. It's starting to,
Because I'm Southern now.
Okay, I
Yes.
love it. She embraces the culture.
Absolutely. So originally from Boston, been here for 12 years. I actually was in healthcare for 22 years before I came here. And I started here in January full time. So I am new to the arts world. So it is a completely different world, but I do love it.
One thing I've noticed, Brian, is we've got a lot of folks who have experiences that come from outside the art world, and yet here's another one. So what about the transition from Boston to the greater, Stokesdale Standard Metropolitan Statistical Area?
It was a bit of a transition. The first 2 years, I flew home about 6 times. So it took some time.
Did you cry at night when you realized you were here?
A little bit. It was quiet. It was quiet. People were really nice, but then finally I just had to say I need to embrace where I live. And ever since then, this is really home.
Let's face it, you work with some great folks.
Listen, the world of arts, I must say, it is of course completely different than healthcare. But the world of arts is just really, really nice and laid back. Everyone is super friendly. Everyone is kind. Everyone is willing to be helpful. It's really a beautiful world.
What I think about with the arts is, people will say, you see a person and you have no idea what that person is going through or whatever. Well, you can look at a whole group of people and not realize they can draw, they can paint, they can sing, they can dance, and you've got it all under one roof here.
You really, really do. Under one roof, under one building. We learn a lot about each other, even through our staff meetings. Like, you can paint. Oh my goodness, you can, you can write. You do poetry. It's really, really cool to find out everyone's skills and talents. Just like you said, within this office, it's pretty amazing. And then working for the world of arts, it really pulls it out of you. Even something like, we were getting rid of our old furniture to get new office furniture, and some of the staff were like, "Oh, I can take this home. I can paint this." It's just the things that
It's amazing.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
What they can't paint, they can do something else too.
It's pretty impressive how they can transform almost anything.
Well, have you moved all of your family from up in Boston down, or do you still have folks up there?
Actually, yes.
Oh, good.
As of last year, everyone has moved down.
Well, it takes a good tax base to fund the arts, so thank you for doing that.
well, you're
Can you encourage some of your friends, maybe, to do the same thing?
I'm working on them. I'm working on them. Otherwise, until then, donate.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, it's just, again, it's so wonderful to meet all the people that are here. It's just a veritable cornucopia of artists and people who support the arts.
It is. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. I'm really grateful to have this exposure to the arts. I'm an arts appreciator, so I want to go to all of the things, but to be on the other side of it where you can actually help and, contribute to that is pretty amazing.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I own a banjo. I cannot play it, but I will tell you, I look so good holding it.
See, that's
I am telling. I will let anyone photograph me.
Yes. You can even do a video and turn the sound off.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I haven't done that, but that's a good idea. But I will just tell you, when I hold it, I just I feel artsy.
It does. Everything makes you feel artsy. Even when I attend the arts, I'm like, this is what I do.
Oh yes. Well, we're so glad to meet you. We feel like we're making all new friends up here.
Good. We are
And
friends.
please keep doing what you're doing. And
We're gonna title you as boss lady.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love
Not
that.
in this office, I unofficially have that.
Oh, that's when you step
But
your
in the
foot
rest
out.
of life, I
Yeah.
do have it.
Oh, when you step your foot. Yeah, when she steps out of this office, let me tell you, watch out.
That's right.
We got that
Yeah.
boss
I'm
feeling.
coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I almost called her Bruce Springsteen.
Living legend.
Yeah. Hey. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for all you do. And we're going to ease on down the road.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you for stopping by.
Thank you.
We're gonna have a whole show for you guys.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to edit, because Brian has tons of footage of folks from up here and in the past. And
Are you ready?
oh, yes. Golly bum. No.
It's okay. Neither are we.
No, we're good. Alice, do you have a brother named I Can't? That's an old joke. I can't bear it. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. Tell us a little bit about you and how you ended up here and where you're from originally.
I'm Elise Barrett from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am. Lots of fun, lots of arts. I've been here since 2014. Yeah. I served on the board for the past 3 years, and so I've been kind of on that side of things and falling more in love with the organization. They do a lot of important work. I'm also an artist.
What do you do in the art world?
Well, these two pieces.
Holy cow.
Well, what we don't really have to show, but yeah.
This is beautiful. Be sure you get some footage.
Artist, but yeah. So I believe in supporting artists. Obviously, I think that it's important for the city. I also live here, and I want to enjoy a vibrant community. I think that's important. I think they do a really good job here of supporting organizations, of giving more exposure to organizations that maybe we don't know about. Moving from the board to the staff, I have learned I've been here for a month, so I'm still pretty
Wow,
new.
wow. I was going to say 10, almost 10 years, but here we are.
No, a month. So it's been incredible just to learn how much everyone does here, on the side. And I'm learning every day about new organizations that I did not know or new artists that I didn't know were here. So it's great to be a part of that and, do whatever I can to help.
And can I just say, this is a wonderful staff. I mean, everyone
I love them.
we've met. I mean, it's like you feel like you've known them even when you just met them.
We've gotten close very quickly. Yeah.
Well, we are so glad. Now, what is your role here?
I am the Director of Development.
Okay, so you're out shaking people down for money, beating them up, picking their pockets.
Well, I think the staff does a really great job of making the case, so I don't have to work so hard.
They warm them up, and then you go by and just
Yeah.
get out the. She gets out a pillowcase and they just throw money in it. Well, that's wonderful. I worked in development for a while, and I know that's a tough job. Doesn't matter how good the organization is.
Keep on turning.
That's it. That's it.
right.
Yeah. So, well, we're glad to meet you.
glad to meet you.
And your artwork is beautiful.
Thank you. I did not make this.
Well, yeah, I'm just fascinated with it, though. Can you tell us about this, or what?
Sure.
Where it's from?
So this is actually from Cameroon. They kind of have different names for them, but it's like a ritual, celebratory hat. Actually, you can't really see the back side of it, but
That's one Alma Adams doesn't have, I'll tell you.
But I love it, so I thought I would bring it here since I spend more time in the office now.
Have you ever worn it?
No, I have not. I have not, but I think it's beautiful.
Well, it would look beautiful on you.
Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, there you go.
Derby Day.
There you go. Well, the artwork you have done is very beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, do you have family that is still in New Orleans? Or?
Oh yeah, both my parents, sisters, lots of family. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell
As
you.
often as we can.
Well, just don't go down there and stay, okay?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Here's home.
Okay. I've got some friends that live in Winston that are from down in New Orleans, and I think it's a good cultural mix when you blend those two, because there's something that is singularly New Orleans, but then there are other things that are universal.
Absolutely.
And-
Absolutely.
So, what do you miss about New Orleans?
The food. Always the food. I go home and I eat until I fly home.
And what's your favorite?
There's no favorite. There's so many things. But I can eat gumbo regardless of the temperature outside.
And a boil, you can just dump it all out.
Well,
And,
for sure, but that's seasonal. But yeah.
well, that is great. Melissa Harris Perry, who over in Winston, well, she's a friend of mine, and her husband runs the Winston-Salem. He runs the Winston-Salem Urban League, and which they just deducted my dues. I let him set me up to automatically take it out. So, but James worked with the Preservation Society down there, and we had him. I was director of development at Preservation Greensboro when they had their 50th anniversary, and so I had the secretary. It's a long story, but I'll make it short. The secretary of the Interior bailed on me. So I called up Melissa. I said, "Look, I need somebody to step in." And she goes, "Well, I know someone who knows more about preservation than anyone I've ever met." And I'm sitting there going, "Okay, who's this going to be?" And she goes, "Well, it's my husband."
Right.
And so James comes, and he makes this statement. He said, "I learned more from the little old ladies in the Preservation Society than I learned from all the civil rights leaders that I've sat down with." And before it was over, he just had the audience in the palm of his hand, and it was just an amazing night.
James is dynamic and a wealth of knowledge.
Yes, he
and a really
is.
wonderful
He's a
person.
great guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I would just say that, but they both, wax sentimental about
course.
New Orleans.
Of course, we do. It's home. No, Greensboro is my home now, but New Orleans is for sure.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad
And
to be here.
good luck. And we're downstairs, so if they, anybody mistreats you, come down and
I will.
blow off the steam and then come on back up.
Thank you. I will.
Thank you. Okay, we heading anywhere down the road here? We're going to ease on down the road? Oh, yeah, okay. I think they're waiting. Look at this. Brian, can you look at this? We've got people just waiting on us down here. This is amazing. And I love seeing all the office space and so I know you must have had a different development person back when all these things were named and done, but that's wonderful. Yeah, and if the business community doesn't support the arts, we shouldn't support those businesses. Hey, there we go. I got an amen from the whole congregation here. Yeah.
Look at that. We didn't realize this was a preaching.
Oh, no. They do everything. They do everything here. I mean, it's everything from a tire tool to a backyard barbecue. Hey, order now and receive free.
But in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. And I will tell you that, we will go back and talk about this. And I mentioned, now I don't look like that, but I own a banjo and I look very good holding it.
Well, you have to come back and play for it.
Oh, I don't play.
Just hold it.
That's why I open with I own it. I just,
You'll come back and we'll take some.
But I mean, there's some people.
Holding it,
Well,
and we can pretend. We'll put it
yeah.
up on the wall.
Well, I can tell you, it's like, if you go to the park and you've got a puppy, you get all the girls come over and talk to you. Well, I thought, the banjo will be, and then I don't know, I started having the deliverance episodes happen. But, okay, we'll let that one fly. But it is so good to be up here. And it's good to see everyone from Boston to New Orleans to our native North Carolinians, including, that urban center, Mebane. Yeah. Whew.
Metropolis.
Yes. Well, Shantae, thanks for giving us the whole.
We enjoyed the day.
Now, I see one of your younger.
He
Now,
just finished the class over at Green Hill this morning and decided he wanted to stay. For a while.
handsome.
Thank you.
Yep, handsome.
Say hi.
It's a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, we got it all here. This is a young artist in waiting.
Say hello.
How are you? What is your name?
Israel.
Say it loudly.
Israel.
All right. Well, we're so glad we got to see you today. A lot of people love your mom. Yeah. Well,
Thank you so much.
yes. You're a good man. Well, I'll tell you, every corner we turned today, we found a surprise. So I would just like to say that the new arts over Greensboro, what do we call it now? We got to get used to it. The Arts Council of Greater Greensboro is something to behold, and I am so happy that I live in a progressive area.